What's up, Mighty Ducks? It's your girl Andy of Just a Girl Sports. Just kind of wanted to give you guys a rundown because a lot of people ask, how do I find my picks and how to use the Sleeper app? So I wanted to give you guys the rundown of how I do my picks. I know it's crazy. We're using AI, we're using OddsJam Fantasy, and we're just going to use it to our benefit, even though we might not be using the Underdog Fantasy app to put in our picks, right? So on OddsJam, I pay for this monthly subscription. It's quite expensive, but that's why I say just go ahead and get on my Winnable, and that way you guys can get AI generated picks for a much cheaper price, right? And then if you guys have any suggestions as far as what kind of sports books that you want to use, here they are. But I will say Underdog Fantasy is one of the best sports books to use OddsJam with. However, I just go based on what's available to me. So I like to use Sleeper, if that makes sense. But on OddsJam, I'll populate what's on Underdog. So as you can see on Underdog, we have Malik Beasley. So I'm gonna open up the app. Oh my gosh, Kevin Durant is actually promoed at 21.5 points. So we're just gonna go take the over on him automatically. So let me go ahead and go to Beasley. And that's what I love about the actual Sleeper Fantasy app. All right, we're going in with Beasley, and we said it was over 3 first quarter player points. Now, Underdog has the line at 3. He is favored to go over 2.5, and that is basically what Underdog is saying. He's favored on these 3 apps to go over the line of 3 or 2.5 on these 2 apps. So we're definitely going to take the over on the 2.5, which means he only has to score 3 points. However, if you were to place this play or this player prop on Underdog, he would have to go over 3. So he would have to hit 4 points, right? Because we don't do half points in the NBA. So we're going to go ahead and lock that in. And if you see on Sleeper, the multiplier is actually lower than if it was the lesser. So the multiplier is 1.52 times our money, whereas if we were to select the lesser, we would get more money. But those odds aren't good as far as if he's actually going to go less. As you can see, for his assist, his average for the season is actually low, 1.4. He's had some off games, but in the last 4 games, he's hit it 3 times. So we're going to go ahead and get that player prop, right? All right, back to OddsJam. So we're also looking at seeing Giannis go over 6.5 first quarter player points as well. So let's see where he's at on the Sleeper app. Giannis, first quarter points right here. So we see he's only hit this line once. That's actually quite crazy. His recent outcomes, this is a pretty high line. Did they say they wanted to go over? That's actually insane. He's going against Miami Heat. They are the better team. Their record's better than Miami anyway. Is he going to go over 6.5 first quarter points? I don't like to play with this. As you can see, he's only hit this line twice out of the last 5 games. His average for the season is 5.6. So sometimes I'll just be like, you know what? It's a 50-50 chance. Even though he's favored to go over, I just don't see it. So I don't like to bet against the player, but I'm just not going for it. So Keegan Murray, he is favored to go over 13.5 points. So let's go see what Keegan is about. I love that name, Keegan, by the way. I have a friend named Keegan who spells it that way, and I just absolutely love it. So 13.5 points. His average for the season is 15.2. And he's going against Phoenix. This is going to be a really good matchup. I'm going to take the over with him. I am going to take the over with him. Even though he's only hit that in one of the last, and his average of points. Ooh, that's crazy. His average is only 9 points per game. That's a high line. That's kind of scary, not going to lie. You know what I will take over? His assists. I'll take over his assists. He only needs 2 assists, and he's cleared that line for in the past 5 games. So we're going to go over on his assists. And sometimes OddsJam will just lead me to a player. As you can see, it'll just lead me to a player as far as where I'm going to go with that. I like this 3-man slip. Let's look at it. Check it out. So we have Kevin Durant with the promo going over 21.5 points. Beasley going over 2.5 first quarter points. And then Keegan Murray going over 2 assists. We're going to lock that in at $10. But that's just kind of how I use OddsJam to create my slips. There is another website that I use and also pay for. It's called DG, Daily Grind. But they don't have as many sports books available. So they have Dabble, Prize Picks, and Underdog. And let's go to Prize Picks. They do a lot of esports as well. And hockey. So if you wanted to lock something in for NHL, this is a really good place to go ahead and lock it in. The correlation plays are so cool because we're getting, and I don't know much about hockey, but, you know, saves, shots on goal, all that good stuff. They're all correlated plays. So you can go green in one flick of the wrist or flick of the arm or flick of the dang puck. But these are the 2 apps that I will use, or the 2 websites that I utilize to create a slip. And if you want my VIP slips, definitely VIP pick, should I say, definitely log on to my Winnable and subscribe to the free plan at the very least, where I post free picks every single day. And then as well as the VIP plan if you're looking for more. These are kind of my slips for today, so I can show you guys that. And that's just how I lock in using OddsJam on Sleeper. And then I do the same on Prize Picks. So I'll see what's available based on what OddsJam puts out. But yeah, I created a couple slips here as well, 2-mans. This one's already dead, but yeah, that's kind of how it goes.